You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, good morning. I am Glenn DeGeek from Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Friday, July 26th, episode 3484, brought to you today by Kentucky Performance Products. Good morning, horse people.
That's right. It starts today. The Olympics start today, and horse stuff started today. And there's been shakeups today, and lots of excitement. And
God, I can't stand all the news flooding my brain right now. There's just too much.
There's been a lot going on. We certainly are not lacking something to talk about on today's show. We're gonna get an auditor on. Nicole's going to join us today for a round of Olympic trivia, and you have somebody coming on.
Yes. So a couple things. I suck at Olympic trivia, which Glenn, so she and I are going to be a team. Okay. We're not going against each other because I'll lose. Charley Warner, who they bought Thor, my first Mustang, before I moved here. And she took him to the Pony Club National Championships. My little Mustang Thor went to the Pony Club National Championship. So we're going to have her on to talk about how that was. It was last weekend.
I saw you sent some pictures over. Thor looks fantastic.
Oh my God.
Really good.
He's so pretty.
He does. And we're going to do some really bad ads too. And then in the post show, we have a special surprise too.
Yes.
That involves a listener.
We are also going to touch on my new segment called What Could Possibly Go Wrong? And in this, I'm going to incorporate everybody who's participated in this. What could possibly go wrong has sent me the same story. There's like 20 of you that have sent me, here's for your new segment, what could possibly go wrong? And you all sent the same dang story. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to tie that in with our guest in the post show.
Okay, good. So I wanted to say a couple things before we get started with Daily Whinnies. Is our thoughts and prayers are with our Canadian friends, and we have listeners in that area of Canada where they're having the huge fires. The entire town of Jasper was wiped out. I watched the videos out of there, and it's just heartbreaking. It looks like Hawaii all over again, you know? And I know we have a lot of auditors there and a lot of listeners in that area who know people and have relatives. So our thoughts and prayers are with you. God, send some of the rain that's flooding the rest of the country up to Canada for them. They need it. Opening ceremonies are today for the Olympics, and I have to cover this story. It just happened. Apparently, at multiple locations at the same time around the country, somebody set fires. I don't know the exact details, whether there were bombs or what they were, but they set fires to the train tracks. It didn't affect any of the trains, and they didn't attack people, but it affected rail travel. Apparently, some of these tracks are going to take the entire weekend to fix. Well, if you know anything about Europe, how do people get around in Europe, Jamie?
That would be the train, Glenn.
800,000 people are affected that were trying to get to the opening ceremonies. Some athletes were stuck on the trains. People don't know how they're going to get around. Apparently, a bunch of people from the UK may not be able to get there now. So let's just hope that this doesn't escalate into something else. But I just wanted to mention that. Today is the opening ceremonies. You can watch it either live this afternoon Eastern Time or tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. They're doing a whole show about the opening ceremonies. And what's different this year than the last time France did it, one is I heard there's not going to be any bubble people. Anybody that watched it the last time will know exactly what I'm talking about. It was bizarre. This time they're doing it on the Seine. It's all going to be done on the river, and everybody's going to be in boats going by. So it's it's first time that's ever been done out of a stadium. So that should be fun. And then there was breaking news. The jog was today for the eventing teams. And so this is to see if the horses are healthy and whether they're going to make it to the to be able to compete. There was one horse spun, I think, from Austria. That will not be competing. But then something happened on the American team. Will Coleman had two horses that qualified for the Olympics and actually flew two horses to Europe Europe to train over there. And that's,
Boyd took 2 as well.
Yeah, and that's Diablo was one of his horses. And what happened was, apparently in training by Wednesday, they had to decide which of his horses they were going to commit to. And Off the Record was one of his horses, and that's the one they had planned on committing to. But Diablo was doing so well and was so impressive in the last couple of weeks, they changed it to Diablo, made their commitment on Wednesday, brought Diablo to the grounds at Versailles, and he came up lame, and he ended up with an abscess. So the team had to go a right front foot abscess, and the chef has to make a decision at that point, right? And they just decided it wasn't worth the risk of whether he was going to recover enough to compete. So here, poor Will Coleman had 2 horses that qualified, and he can't ride. He's out, and Liz Holiday Sharp is in. So good for Liz, bad for Will.
Heartbreaking for Will, but I'm so excited for Liz. She deserves a chance at this, and just, I mean, the whole thing is just a gut punch for everybody involved. I mean, that's just gotta suck. And I'm so sorry, Will.
I knew there's one traveling reserve, and that's Liz, and Liz obviously moves into that spot. But apparently there's also a second one that's there. So I was wondering if one of these 4 got knocked out, would we have another one? Apparently we do. So
well, there's some crazy, like, all the rules are crazy where you can sub in one of another horse and rider for. You talked to Sally about this.
No, and you know what? She said, I wrote about it. You can read it. I can't explain it. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it is. But you can sub another horse and rider in, like, say the horse gets hurt in cross country and doesn't jog up for Sunday. You can sub the next horse and rider in, but you sustain a lot of penalties and all that. So basically, it would be like going for a completion at that point. But no, I mean, the whole situation is crazy. And it was just so much easier when there was a drop score. Like, we had 4 riders go. We kept 3 scores.
I don't know if you tried to read that article she wrote on the rules of the event. I didn't understand half of it. It was bizarre. It looked like 12 committees got together and wrote the rules.
Okay, you guys write rules about this part. We'll write rules about this part, and we'll just put it all together at the end. Yeah,
and we're not going to compare notes at all. We're just
no.
All right,
it'll be fine.
Let's do some daily Whinnies. Two auditor birthdays this weekend, Delia Allen and Philip Rohrs. Happy birthday to both of you. We know Delia very well. And also congratulations to the Horse Radio Network Auditors Virtual Tevis Group. That was led by Richard Alvey, and that was a group where they all got together. You were allowed to build a team that they would each ride 100 miles during the lead up to Tevis at home and keep track of scores. And apparently there was a lot of teams. And apparently our team came in 8th out of all of them. So congratulations. Now, he did put here, he's going to be doing it again next year if you want to join. And he said, maybe we can knock Stacy Westfall's group out of first place.
You know what? I rode over 100 dang miles this whole spring. I should have been.
You should have done it.
I know. I didn't know about it. So the fact that Horse Radio Network has a team and you track your mileage, I'm excited. I want to do it next year because
it's going to take a lot of you to beat Stacy Westfall's team. So
well, there's two bonuses here, Glenn. Number one is this is as close to the Tevis as I'm ever going to get. Number 2. I'd love to beat Stacy Westfall at anything.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm in.
We love Stacy, but she has an army.
Oh yeah, she's way better at me in every aspect. So if I could take one little piece.
So congratulations to the entire team. We're proud of all of you, and thank you to Richard for organizing it and putting in all the work. We appreciate that too.
By the way, you mentioned Delia's birthday. Delia is one person who's going to come to my clinic here in October. Oh, yeah. It's October 7th through the 18th. And I had all the spots filled and one person just canceled. So I have one spot open if you want to come take the intro course. That's why I haven't talked about it because it was full. But she had some job crisis thing. And so please, if anybody would like to come, I know, come message me October 7th through the 18th. It's like 2 weeks of horse training and horse awesomeness, and it's really, really, really fun and educational. And I actually have 2 men participating this year, Glenn.
Really?
So
is that a first for you?
Yes, it is. So we have 2 women and 2 men, and I want to let's get another woman. Come on, just kidding. Anybody is fine. Anybody's fine. Again, this is my new segment called What Could Possibly Go Wrong? And again, every single dang one of you sent me the same story. So I figured I had to cover it top of the show here and let you guys know, Glenn, they're coming for you, especially since you're the closest person I know to the ocean. Do you know what's coming for you?
What?
I feel like I should have some sort of ominous sounder. Dun, dun, dun. Cocaine sharks. That's right. Sharks living off the coast of Brazil have tested positive for cocaine. This is the first time the drug has been detected in free-ranging sharks. Why would it have been detected in captive sharks? Anyway, scientists have tested 13 Brazilian sharp-nosed sharks in the water off the city of Rio de Janeiro, and they found cocaine present in the liver.
A lot of cocaine in the ocean, aren't they?
I'm like, why are y'all putting cocaine in the water? Apparently, they decided to test these because they're small in size, and a lot of them live in that small area around the coastal water. But apparently, the cocaine levels in the water were 3 times the crazy high, and the sharks had them in their muscle and liver tissue, and it is polluting the sea due to sewage discharge from humans that use the drug, as well as the illegal laboratories that produce it. So apparently people that are taking cocaine are urinating in the water. I don't get it. I don't know how sharks are getting cocaine, but in the world of this new segment, what could possibly go wrong?
I'm not swimming in the ocean anymore.
And y'all can stop sending me this dang story about cocaine sharks. I'm already terrified of the ocean. You all know that. And I don't understand what you
So all you Olympians that get drug tested and come up positive for cocaine, just say I was swimming in the ocean.
I was swimming in the ocean off of the coast of Brazil.
I was on the beach. Hey,
now I've got another what could possibly go wrong. Okay. Do we have a sec here?
Yeah.
Okay. What could possibly go wrong? Currently, just landing at the airport and driving here right now, and they will be on the show by I think the post show, they should make it. What could possibly go wrong? I have a 10-year-old girl and her mother that have flown across the country to come to my house to try out Taco Tuesday to see if he is the future horse for this young 10-year-old sweet angel of a little girl. What could possibly go wrong, Glenn? The fact that these people, and they're staying till Monday. So the fact that they're flying here across the country on my word, and I've been very honest. I'm hey, we're ready. What could possibly go wrong? I'm just going to crush a little girl's dreams, or it could go great, or it could go horribly wrong.
She's a big time listener, so she heard about Taco on the show, right?
Yes, they heard about Taco on the show, and actually, while I was at the Kentucky 3-day, Charley is the name of the young girl who's 10, and recognized me as I was walking through the crowd going to my seat and show jumping. And they were like, by the way, we want Taco when he's ready. And I was like, okay, sure. And they were serious. So they have flown across the country to come and meet Taco Tuesday. And I hope it goes great because he needs his own little girl. What I don't know is how, some horses really respond well to children, and I'm hoping that because he's still grumpy Taco, but maybe he'll see her and just have this connection, or maybe not. I don't know. What could possibly go wrong, Glenn?
We're either going to have a spicy taco or a mild taco. One of the two.
You'd be like, what is this monster? Why is this tiny human on
or
my
a
back?
flaming hot taco.
Yeah. It's going to be spicy taco or sedate taco. I don't know. Cocaine taco. Who knows?
Hey, a couple quick things before we get to our guests and do some trivia. The World Equestrian Center, Time Magazine revealed the annual list of world's greatest places, which highlights 100 extraordinary destinations to visit and stay worldwide. World Equestrian Center out of Ocala is one of 50 hotels and resorts to make the list this year, and it's the only Florida resort featured on the list. So congratulations.
Nothing from Disney?
No, it's the only one in Florida. So good job, World Equestrian Center. And then there was Chincoteague pony history made too, wasn't there?
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. I don't understand. I don't get it. But they had an auction. So I guess there was a pony that was born and its mother died. And so they took it and raised it. And it is the cutest little filly with almost looks like Zeus with a big white bald face, but blue eyes. And it is just the cutest little baby. And I guess they raised it. The mother became ill. And so they had to save the baby orphan foal, brought to the Leonard family farm, nursed by one of their mares, and then it's time for the pony swim. I don't know if it was, back on the island or was it here? I don't know, but they do the pony sale, which we had somebody on Wednesday. They do the pony sale, and then there's usually groups that do a buyback foal. There's a buyback foal that's auctioned off, and that money is basically charity that goes to the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company, which if you've read Misty of Chincoteague, it's all in there. So they buy back this pony. Glenn, do you want to tell everybody how much the buyback, again, this apparently a group of people pooled their money. And buyback ponies usually go for $10,000, and the money goes to the firefighters, and the group or the person that does the buyback pony gets to name it. Why don't you tell them what happened?
$50,500.
That's a lot of people
for a pony
auctioning.
that's going to go back to living with the herd on the island. Now,
and it's like a group of people. What if they don't agree on the name? $50,000. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, there's going to be fisticuffs involved.
Now, her dam, W.H. Wildfire, was a descendant of Misty herself. So that was the other thing. That's the other reason I think that this went as big as it did.
Can I just tell you the name of the sire? I love it.
Oh, the name of the sire? Surfer's Riptide. Who's apparently very popular in the
Surfer's Riptide.
All right, let's hear from Kentucky Performance Products, and we're going to come back and play a little trivia with Auditor Nicole.
Frequently asked questions brought to you by Kentucky Performance Products. My older gelding is having trouble holding his weight, and I'm afraid to feed him any more senior feed. He gets all the hay he wants. What do you recommend? Many older horses are eventually unable to maintain acceptable body condition on a typical diet of hay and grain alone. When you want to add calories without the risk of digestive upset, we recommend Equijewel Rice Bran. It is an excellent source of easy-to-digest calories for older horses. The fat in Equijewel is a concentrated energy source. It will increase calorie consumption and improve body condition without risking grain overload. Start your older horse on 1/4 pound per day and work up to 1 or 2 pounds per day over a few weeks. Remember, small meals fed 3 to 4 times per day will help your older horse better utilize the feed. You can learn more about Equijewel at kppusa.com. Got questions about your feeding program? We can help. Email Karen at questions@kppusa.com or call us at 859-873-2974.
Nicole, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Where are you from?
I am from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh, down in your old neck of the woods there, Jamie.
She is where to be in the summer right now.
Yeah. It's still been in the 90s, but not like what everyone else is getting.
Well, and you
90's
ride?
Better than 120.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you ride?
I do. I ride at a lesson barn. I don't have my own horse right now, though.
And what kind of riding?
I do a little of both, actually. I used to always do Western, but now I'm kind of switching into the English
Wow.
world.
Look at you jumping the fence, literally. Hey, I thought that one was pretty good.
Sides.
You guys have to laugh better. That was pretty good, I thought.
You're so funny.
All right, you guys ready to play some Olympic trivia? I have 10 questions. All of them are either multiple choice or yes or no, so this should be easy.
Okay.
Horse events that were included in past Olympics include all of these but one. These are the kind of questions you hated in high school. So all of these...
So multiple choice, true, false, that kind of thing. And then she and I are working together, and we present you with our discussed answer.
Yes.
And then you give us at the end of this, do we both get checks for $1 million?
That's
or
correct.
Is it just
If you
me?
get more than 7 of these, I will send the checks out. I will order them for
Thank
you.
you.
I can't help it if they're lost in the mail. They're not reliable.
Nicole, we'll get you a nice horse, girl. Come on.
I got my horse picked out already.
Okay. Horse events that were included in past Olympics include all but one of these. Which one was not included in past Olympics? Horse high jump, quarter-mile races, vaulting, or polo. Which one was not in a past Olympic? Horse high jump, quarter-mile race, vaulting, or polo.
What do you think, Nicole?
Of course,
I think
this isn't one of the ones that I saw.
No, of course not. That's why you can't study for this. You just have to feel it. I don't think there's a horse high jump. I remember us talking about polo being in it. Quarter mile races seems odd as well. I don't know. They all are whatever, but I don't think it's polo.
I've never heard of horse high jump.
There you go. Let's go with that one. That's what I thought.
That is incorrect.
No.
It was quarter-mile races. Quarter-mile races were never included. They did horse high jump and vaulting and polo. All 3 of those were included. Horse high jump was one of the first Olympic sports done in the early 1900s.
Was it like in hand? Was it free jumping? I need more information.
No, it was just how high could you jump on your horse.
Like a poussance. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Equestrianism at the Olympics can be traced back to 682 BC in Greece. What sport was it? Chariot racing, marathon, or mounted archery?
What am I, 9 million years old? Like, good Lord.
Yeah, I wasn't even alive yet.
Okay, this one's actually pretty easy if you've seen any movies at all.
Yeah, with chariot racing.
Yeah, I'd say chariot also.
Ding, 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 ding. I gave you that one. That was a gimme.
I would have said that one anyway, Glenn.
Yeah.
4-horse chariot racing was run in the Hippodrome at Greece's 25th Olympiad.
Did they have in Gladiator, the spikes on the wheels,
actually,
and you would try to take people out?
They did.
Yeah.
You gotta look that up.
True or false? More athletes than spectators attended the 1900 Paris Olympics.
I saw that one. I think I'm going to say true.
True, it is.
Ding, ding, ding. You guys got 2 of them. That is
we
true.
We are so close to $1 million. Keep it going,
And
Nicole.
with the train problems right now, it might be true this year, too.
Yeah.
The sport of eventing made its Olympic debut in what Olympics? The 1912 in Stockholm, Sweden in 1924, or Paris, France in 1912 in Stockholm, Sweden, 1924 in Paris, France, or 1944 in London. Which one was the first that eventing was done? 1912, 1924, or 1944?
Do you have a guess? I would go with the last one, 44. Or 24. One of those.
I do this just to hear Jamie conflicted.
You don't hear that enough. Come on. Okay, we'll go with 44 then.
That is incorrect. It was actually 1912 in Stockholm.
Oh, it's way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No.
Is it true? We talked about this recently. So if Jamie gets this one wrong, I know she's not paying attention to anything we talk about. Is it true that dressage used to include jumping in the Olympics?
Is it true that dressage included jumping?
Yep.
like it was part of their score. They have to do dressage and the jump.
Yep.
I don't listen to you ever. So I'm going to give this one to you, Nicole.
Oh, no. I'm so far behind on podcasts. Was it super recently?
I don't remember either when it was.
I don't know. It seems like a random question for him to be asking if it wasn't true, but it sounds like it should not be true.
Yeah, I don't think dressage would include jumping, but I don't know.
Okay, we're going to go with that.
Incorrect.
Oh my God, we suck.
The 1912
Okay,
dressage competition included jumping test of 4 obstacles at 1 meter in height.
Okay.
What?
I think this still should. True or false? Germany won all 6 equestrian medals at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. That was the Hitler Olympics.
Yeah, I would probably go with yes.
Final answer, yes?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
That is true. That is true. They won all 6 Olympic medals.
When you call it the Hitler Olympics and you want Germany to win, like I'm going to go with the yes.
Well, that's also a hint
not?
for the next question.
Oh, God.
What year were the first Olympics televised? 1936, 1944, or 1952?
Well,
Oh, what was the last one you said?
I mean, if you're saying, well, why would there be a hint? Like, wasn't the Hitler Olympics in the 42 or something like that?
No, I said that was the 1936 Berlin Olympics. That was the Hitler Olympics.
Okay.
What are the choices again?
1936, 1944, or 1952.
I mean, if we're going with
36 then?
Hitler Olympics 36.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
That is correct. And it was Hitler. TV had just come out, but he wanted to make sure that this was televised around the world. So he was the first. I thought it would have been later than that because I think of TV like in the 50s. So
How cool would that be if like you were a gold medal winner and we're now calling it the Hitler Olympics? Awesome.
what year were civilians first allowed in equestrian disciplines at the Olympics? Because you remember, it was only military officers before. 1940, 1952, or 1956?
I'd say 52 or 56. Nicole?
You pick.
We'll go 52 right in the middle.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct. It was 1952. And you know what? It wasn't just military. It was military officers. You had to be an officer.
You couldn't be enlisted and go out there. Oh, we wouldn't want those guys.
All right, 2 more. I don't think you're going to hit your 7, though, at this rate. True or false? At Rome in 1960, Australia's Bill Roycroft broke his neck in the cross-country phase of team eventing, but he discharged himself from the hospital the next day to compete in show jumping to help Australia claim the gold medal.
I mean, are we saying true or false to this one? Because if it's an eventer, I would go with true, but
How could he move though if he broke his neck?
we'll go true. Nicole, cool? Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. That is true. That would have been a tough one for me to make up with all those details. I mean, that would have been a tough. I'm not that clever. So, but yeah, he did, and actually then went back to the hospital. So
he's an Australian and he's an eventer. Yeah, of course he did that. His head could have been. He could have been holding his head in his left hand while his right hand was holding the reins.
Like that ghost in Harry
And then
Potter.
his head rolls away.
Nearly headless Nick.
Nick,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right. That's right. Nearly headless
And
Bill.
then his head rolls away when he jumps.
All right, last one. Horses competing in dressage or eventing currently must be a minimum of how old?
Oh, I think I know this one. I think I heard something like, go ahead.
Isn't it multiple choice?
Nope.
Yeah.
This was last. This is a tough one. The last one. No multiple
Oh,
choice.
good call, Nicole. Calling him out. I love it.
Nicole's not
I
invited
go
back
with,
anymore.
It's either 8 or 12. That's my guess.
My first thought was 8, but I don't know.
Let's go 8.
Ding, ding, ding. Your first thought was correct. I thought it was 6 until I looked it up, but it's 8. Yeah.
$1 million.
Nicole, you can go buy that horse now.
I'm going to call right now.
I would wait for the check and make sure it clears, but you know what? Get on the horn.
I don't know. Post office today is very unreliable. You might wait a while to get this check. Nicole,
Venmo. How about Venmo?
Yeah. Oh, I don't have Venmo. Sorry. Thank you, Nicole. We really appreciate it. Have fun watching the Olympics.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. See you, Nicole.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys did pretty well on that, though. There were some weird ones in there, so you did pretty well. Good job.
We're amazing.
Yes.
We're amazing.
All right. Jamie, why don't you tell us a little bit about our sponsor, and then we'll get your guest on the line.
Okay, as horse owners, we have an unlimited supply of love for our animals, but we tend to, this seems like it's pointed at me. We tend to underestimate the cost of their veterinary care. Routine and unexpected expenses can quickly add up, making it hard to keep pace. Wouldn't it feel great to always be prepared with a budget-friendly way to manage these costs? The Care Credit Health and Animal Care Credit Card can give you that financial peace of mind. With flexible financing from Care Credit, you can get the care your horse needs as well as all the pets in your family, and then pay over time in easy monthly payments. You can use Care Credit at more than 25,000 veterinary hospitals that accept the card, and use it to pay for everything from diagnostics and surgery to wellness exams and routine care. Care Credit, it's your card for a lifetime of care. Subject to credit approval. To learn more and apply, visit carecredit.com/horses. I am so pleased to welcome Charley Warner to the show. She is what we're calling Thor's new mom. Thor is a horse that I got from the Northern Nevada Correctional Center back in, like a million years ago. And he stayed with me up until, and Charley was taking lessons at the same time when I lived in Arizona. And when we were moving away, they ended up, through a really sweet, long story, ended up buying Thor for Charley and gave it on her birthday. So she has worked really, really hard. And Charley, tell everybody what you competed in this past weekend.
Well, this past weekend, I competed in the United States Pony Club Festival or Championships, which is a national competition that you do have to qualify for. And we competed in beginner novice, and we came third place for our riding. So it was very successul.
On a prison Mustang.
Cool. Literally, yeah. Wow. Awesome.
So there's a lot of different facets of competition. Your mom was trying to let me know, but when I saw the picture of you in front of that Bruce Davison statue at the Kentucky Horse Park, you had more than one ribbon on you. So what else did you do?
So Pony Club judges as a team. So, and when it comes to eventing and some of the other riding disciplines as well, you have a team, which you have a riding and a horse management score for. And then they also do, for eventing at least, I'm not sure about the other disciplines, they do individual scores. So it can be a little confusing at times. But so my team for horse management and for riding, for horse management, we got fourth place. I don't remember how many teams it was out of, like probably 6 or 7 or something like that. But, a couple teams. So we got fourth in horse management, and our team got second overall for riding. And then me as an individual, I got third. And so it's a little confusing with the scoring system, but it is cool because then you get opportunities to see how well you can do with the different kind of crowds and see where your team's strengths and weaknesses are, as well as, can you remember to keep all your gates closed when you go for your safety inspection? And, how good was your dressage test and stuff like that. So it's split up like that. And it also gives a very fair basis of a well-rounded horseman for being able to complete all those and kind of do all of those different bases of competition well.
Charley, so Glenn's wife was a pony clubber. Do you have a pony club rating?
So I'm currently a C2 eventer, and so my next step would be C3 in riding and HB in horse management, which it gets a little confusing at this point because then it starts to split up from the way the usual pony club rankings work is you start as a D level, and then you perform more tests. You start as a D1, and then you'll test, you'll get to D3, and then you'll start doing the C levels. But once you get to C2, it's where it kind of splits up because then you can start to do more horse management or more riding. And obviously the end goal would be a complete A and have everything, but my next goal probably to do the HB and get that kind of more strategic and knowledgeable horse management stuff kind of under me, but it gets kind of confusing after that part.
It's about as clear as the Olympic eventing rules right now, with all their crazy changes and stuff that they're going to do. So let's get to the eventing portion. So you went in and did dressage. Was it in the giant Rolex Stadium?
It was in the Rolex Stadium.
Oh, that's so
it was
cool.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, so to do our jog outs, we jogged out right behind the Rolex Stadium, and then they had us do a walkthrough so our horses could, acclimate to the arena, which I thought was really nice. And then we did dressage in it the following day, and it was really cloudy, a little bit rainy, but not much. It was perfect weather. And we had a pretty good dressage test. I know we could have done better, but it was really good for me to get pushed out of my comfort zone, because it showed me that the thing I need to improve upon is my nerves, because when you go out to cross country, it's good to have some nerves. But when you're going into the dressage arena, it doesn't really apply quite so much.
No.
So it kind of taught me what I need to do to be able to bring out the best in Thor. And kind of showed me what I can work on to really perfect what we're working at. So it was really cool. Very nice arena, and the footing there is insane. It's like nothing I've ever seen in Arizona. It's all textile footing, and it's soft and spongy. It's crazy. It's
you could sleep on it. Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so you did dressage. Now, I remember I took a lesson with a clinic with a lady named Amanda, and one of the things that she told me as we were jumping, because I evented Thor, but he only went through beginner novice with me. And she told me, I remember one time she was like, we're coming and we're jumping a pole, and then 9 feet to an oxer and then land in another ground pole. And we come through it and she's like, listen, he may not be built for it and he may not be bred for it. So you're going to have to help him a little bit. And that is what you have done. We're going to post some pictures of you and Thor at the competition. My heart is bursting with pride. There's so many things that have to go right to get to the level and to where you did. Plus having amazingly supportive, awesome parents who are like, yeah, sure. Let's put our daughter in Arizona in a trailer and drive her to Kentucky across the country to compete. But there's just also so many things that you have to perfect with horse management to get to that point. And I'm just so incredibly proud of you. So we got through dressage, you go up to cross country, and how was that?
Oh my gosh, cross country was so cool. It's another thing where it's come from Arizona. It's I've never been on a grass course for cross country, but it's all grass. So, he had his shoes on, he had studs in and all that. One of my teammates were helping me get his studs in. Then we get out there and I'm looking around and I'm like, this is awesome. And so it was actually, it was a little scary when we went out to our cross country to start, because, I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to go through the start box. And then all of a sudden, the rider that goes directly before me, I felt so bad for her. She fell off right before the first fence.
Oh,
and so
no.
I was walking the other way, and I heard the pop of an air vest, and I turned around. I saw the rider in front of the fence, and I was like, oh no. And so I'm just sitting there waiting for them to clear the course. Horse is fine, rider is fine. So they walk off. And then we hear that there's a hold on cross country for another rider, which I think the horse actually fell over the rider. Thankfully, they were both ending up being okay. Rider needs some surgery because she broke her collarbone, but otherwise they were all right. And so then we have a hold on cross country for 10 minutes. And so I'm ready to go in my start box. And I'm just walking around, and my nerves are mounting, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? Because we couldn't see the other horse either, so we didn't know the severity of what happened. So it was crazy. And I was the last rider in my division, but that meant that by the time that I finally got out of the start box, I was the only one on course, and I had the entire cross country course to myself. And so the announcer was literally announcing my every fence, my every move, and it was awesome. And he was an absolute star out on cross country. It took him a second to get out on course. He was like, "Are you really doing this?" And I'm like, "Yes, we are doing this." He's like, "Okay, here we go." And he gave it a really good shot. And so
some of the pictures. Yeah, he was very extra over the ditch. We'll share that picture. It was awesome. But you're out there and Glenn, how funny is that to hear somebody say they've never evented on grass?
That's what jumped out at me, actually.
Because, they're like the Southern Arizona one, the Southern Arizona one is like dirt that they've plowed, and then up in Coconino it's all forest, and then at Galway in California it's all plowed up dirt. So like you put in studs for the first time.
That's awesome. Definitely. And he really adjusted them super well as well. Like guys, Mustangs are really adaptable.
Well, that leads me to a question. How many other Mustangs were competing?
So I believe in total there was, we know of 4. I think in total there was like 5 or 6. But one of them actually happened to be riding like just a couple riders before me. So we got to get some photos together and show jump. But there were a lot more Mustangs than you imagine. And they all did really well as well. They all were like very consistently placing pretty well and getting like top 10. Like we had a good crowd of representative Mustangs, and the BLM also there was a whole vendors market, of course, and the BLM had their whole shebang up there so they could bring more awareness. So that was really cool to see.
Awesome. And so is cross country his best of the whole of the 3 phases?
Absolutely. He loves it out there. And like once that horse gets out on course, there's like nothing you can stop him from wanting to complete it. He is like absolutely game for everything you point to that. And he just loves it.
Well, if you think of it, like the most research I could get done on him was the last I heard, he was a wild stallion out on the range for 4 years. And so, because I didn't adopt him till he was 6, and he had gone to the prison and then gone through the training. And so if you think about it, like he is born and bred for that kind of excitement and adventure and bravery. And that is just, just awesome. But there's 2 of you out there doing it. So congratulations to you as well.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm just so proud of you. I'm so pleased. We're going to share some of these pictures and videos.
I wanted to mention, Jamie, that picture that you sent of her jumping nothing now makes sense, because it was a picture. It looked like you weren't jumping anything. And I was like, well, I wonder if she got extra points for jumping nothing.
It's a ditch.
It was a tiny, itty bitty, minuscule ditch. Tiny. And he's so good about ditches. He just steps over them. And we come up to this ditch and he's just like, acting like it's 4 feet tall.
Oh, yeah, he's a good 4 feet in the air.
I mean, you do this.
Hey,
it's like there's a boa constrictor in the ditch.
There's a snake in there. Yeah. Well, Charley, we could talk to you about this for another half hour, but we got to keep going. But I am so glad you were able to come on and talk to us. And I'm so incredibly like when your mom sent me all the messages, I cried. Like I was crying. So I'm so incredibly proud of you. And I'm so incredibly proud of Thor. I'm so glad I got to visit you guys in January or February and see him. And he still remembers how to Spanish walk, and he still knows all his tricks, Glenn. So I'm just so pleased with you. Congratulations. And I look forward to giving you guys a squeeze again soon.
Thank you.
You can enjoy your favorite equine videos all in one place with Ride TV, the ultimate equine streaming platform. The newly relaunched Ride TV has all the series you love, like Rockstar Vets and Mini Horses, plus top-tier training videos and event footage from barrelracing.com and Horse and Rider on Demand. Whether you're ready to relax with your favorite series, binge watch competition footage, or train with a world champion, subscribe to Ride TV today for only $19.99 to see where your ride takes you. Visit ridetvgo.tv to subscribe.
If you ain't met one by now, you're bound to sooner or later. He says one thing and he means another, but hey, he can't help it. He's a horse trader. Horse trading. Well, it's a laissez-faire. Let the buyer beware. Horse trading. They tell a low-down lie with a sincere stare. Horse trading. Well, if they're talking in circles and the deal ain't square, he's a master in the fine art of persuading. Horse trading.
That's right. It is time for Really Bad Ads. That time of the week when listeners submit ads from Craigslist or Facebook, and we just have a little bit of fun with them. We give away prizes every month, which we'll do next week, and the prizes are provided by horselovers.com. That's horselovers with a Z.com, home to over 120,000 horse products for you, your horse, and your barn. One of the prizes we have for this month is the Kensington Fly Mask, made with plush fleece trim and ears, and made with the strongest material on the market today, textiline. And it's the absolute best way to protect your horse. And we also have another Kensington product, don't we, Jamie?
We do the slow feed hay bag. It's perfect for home or on the road. It's 2x2 mesh netting, slows their eating, which aids in digestion and contributes to overall health. And it has adjustable nylon straps with a swivel snap. There's a lot that's hard to say. Swivel snaps, plush fleece.
I gave you that one.
You had a hard one too, yeah. So it's made in the USA too.
Well, we don't always get to all the ads because we get so many. And this week you're entered, but we won't get to your ads. And that's Lorene, Camilla, Chloe, Steph, and Sarah. Thanks for submitting, and keep submitting. We'll get to yours in a future one. Hannah sent this one in.
This is the picture. What?
It says, ISO, I'm seeking 2 corner feeders closer to Santan the better. I don't know where Santan
That's
is.
a town in Arizona, Santan.
Okay, good. Looking for used pricing as they don't seem to last long around here. And why don't you tell everybody what the picture is?
It's like a giant plastic corner feeder that is sitting on the head of a pony. And by the way, ISO stands for in search of, just so you know. I'm getting you up to date.
Pony too, by the way.
Cool.
That pony's been eating out of that feeder for a long time.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's literally a giant plastic corner feeder tub sitting in the head of a horse.
I've never seen one like that, actually.
Well, don't get them.
Apparently they don't last long.
Love it. All right, so the next one looks like this is a Craigslist ad. 2019 Ford Mustang convertible driven 1,000 miles. 2019 gray low miles sweet ride, and 2014 red higher miles but needs a small tune-up due to not being driven for a while. Clutch likes to stick, so sometimes needs a little work to loosen up. Model Mustangs. PM for price and details. What the hell are they selling?
The 2 horses
There's
below.
Pictures of 2 horses.
I think they were trying to hide it from the Facebook police.
Oh, gotcha.
So now when you reread it, it kind of makes sense.
2019 low miles sweet ride. Okay, green. And 2014 more trained but not ridden for a while. Okay, gotcha.
Needs a tune-up. Clutch likes the stick. I thought that was pretty clever, actually.
I don't know what would happen. What the translation to horses would be. The clutch likes to stick. What is that, like? Not go forward?
They don't like to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
Emily sent this one in. She's from Alaska. So it's a 2005 Yamaha blah, blah, blah motorcycle. And there's a picture of a motorcycle. Did your girlfriend dump you? Are you maybe not so well endowed? Is your hairline receding? Look no further. I present to you your man card. You don't need great hair or big muscles to turn heads on this bad boy. The rumble of this beastie engine will do all the talking. No need for conversation skills or confidence around the ladies. Furthermore, helmets are recommended for riding an absolute stallion such as this, which will conceal your ugly mug. I didn't see that coming. If you're really not ugly, but also poor, fret not. There's a discount for that. Unlike your last relationship, the title is salvaged.
But it's a real motorcycle.
It is a real motorcycle, yes.
Oh, wow. Allison sent in the next one. By the way, that was good. Allison sent this one in 2020. Oh, good. No punctuation. 2023, born April 1st, Bay, Philly, AQH. Our papers halter broke, loads in, and hauls like a dream in your pocket. Punctuation, people. Up feet. Needs a new address, can't keep them all. PM for rehoming fee located in Graham, Washington. Hauls like a dream in your pocket. I don't keep many dreams in my pocket.
You need to start, maybe.
By the way, it's a skinny U-necked, bless its little heart. You always just got to say bless its heart.
Yeah, bless the heart on that one.
Oh, these trailers. How the heck did a horse ever get in anything like this in the history of the world? I will never know.
So what she's talking about is a vintage single horse trailer for $500. And
vintage.
It is
that
vintage.
Makes it cool.
Vintage in Really Bad Adz speak means rusted and about to fall apart. And this is as single as a single horse gets. This is the narrowest trailer I've ever seen. But now there's two pictures, one from the front, and it looks like it doesn't have a jack. It's probably sitting on a block. And then the one from the back, by the way, there's none from the side because probably the tires are flat. So the one from the back, what is in it? It's filled up to the top with something. It looks like pipes or something.
I don't know, but there's pipes and then a tire sitting on top of it. So it's full to the roof of
And what's
garbage.
holding the back gate on?
That would be a tie-down, Glenn.
$500
and some bungee cords.
No, this is a piece of junk. It needs to go to the scrapyard along with whatever's in it.
Yeah, exactly. Angela sent in the next one. Thinking about trading, not for sale. 2-year-old mare, currently in training. She is doing good. Grade quarter horse. Looking for horses started on pattern. Please don't send me horses over 12. Delete if not allowed. Thank you. She does not have to go.
I don't understand that.
I feel like you're a little overly aggressive in your ad.
I want to trade my 2-year-old barely started mare for your broke horse that already that already does barrel racing quite well. That's what I get out of that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Again, give me the number. I'll call and see if anybody has ever actually called you about wanting to trade your young horse for their finished barrel horse. Go ahead.
All right. Amy sent this one in. And by the way, if you read them yourself, you get double the entries for the prizes.
This is Amy Walrath with a really bad good ad. This is from Grassroots Rescue on Facebook, and it's for an adoptable dog. The dog's name is Earl. He is a demon. His sex is male. He is between the ages of 2 and 8, and he weighs 5 pounds of rage. Earl is a 5-pound menace, the likes of which this world has never seen. His favorite method of communication is the unholy growls he stole from the throat of Siberius himself. He likes dogs, at least. He certainly exists in their presence and doesn't try to eat them, though he will stand on any dog of any size and growl to assert his dominance. Either that, or he's reporting the weather to them, or plotting to steal secret government documents. No one truly knows. If Earl does decide to tolerate your existence, congratulations, you now belong to Earl. No matter where you go, Earl will follow. No matter who tries to approach you, Earl will behave like he's the 100-pound dog trained exclusively for your protection. Never mind that you can pick him up and move him with your foot. If he decides you're his person, you will become his ultimate squishy, and no one will be able to approach you without Earl sounding like the Tasmanian devil hungry for their ankles. Whoever decides to adopt this scruffy, half-feral stuffed animal, Godspeed you. Your family is in my prayers, because Earl will most likely hate them. But hey, if anyone tries to enter your home without permission, well, at least you'll have Earl there to sound like the stuff of nightmares coming from their soul. That's sure to deter anyone from making off with your valuables. He is fostered in Huntington, Delaware.
That'll be the last dog they ever foster.
Earl is the perfect dog for somebody who's very alone.
Yeah. By the way, I did see a picture of Earl, and Earl's exactly what you would picture. This runty little black and gray dog with matted hair, and eyeballs as big as saucers, just what you would picture.
I imagine the tongue hanging out. That's what I was imagining, like super cray-cray. Like, yeah.
Again, did anybody call for Earl? I doubt it.
Yeah. It's the Really Bad Ads theme today is nobody called.
Isabel sent this one in. Looking to trade a registered ragdoll stud cat for a horse / livestock. She's trying to trade a cat for a horse.
Somebody please come take this dang unneutered cat.
This is goes along with our theme today. Nobody
called. You know what? I have this really nice horse out in my yard. I've really been looking for a stud cat. Said no one ever. Okay, so I decided for the next one I was going to have a guest sit in and read the ad.
The mini horse ad? Yeah.
The one from Ruth, mini horse.
Yeah.
I haven't really read it ahead of time,
Okay.
but neither has Charley. This is Charley number 2 on the show today for anybody keeping track. This is the Charley who is here to visit with Tiny Taco, or no, sorry, Taco Tuesday, because Tiny Taco is the other one, Taquito. So anyway, Charley, if you would please come up, you can have a seat. I'll give you the headphones so you can hear Glenn. Here you go. Headphones on.
Hi, Charley.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Into there.
Good. How are you?
Good. So you looking forward to seeing Taco?
Yes.
All right. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. But you have an ad to read.
Okay.
Do you like Really Bad Ads on Fridays on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's one of my favorite segments.
Oh, well, then we'll see how funny you are. All right.
Mini horse for sale, not on sale. I know what I've got. Bay mare or gelding, I can't really tell. 2 inches high, fantastic stall manners, fat on air, doesn't need grain, stands for talking, grooming, farrier, pretty much everything. May have
narcolepsy, does fall over a lot. Quiet, like literally quiet, doesn't make a sound. Hasn't been backed, but probably a kick ride. Doesn't move much from what I've seen. Never needed a vet visit in his life. Asking $50K for open to a PPE.
Hey.
Okay, and describe the picture.
Just looks like a little wooden toy.
Yeah. That threw me at the 2 inches high. I'd never seen a mini that was only 2 inches high. So it was a joke ad, but it was cute. Well read. Good job. Good job, Charley.
Thanks.
All right, talk to you a little later.
Talk to you later.
And Faye sent the last one in. This is perfect for today.
Oh, this is a good one. Sorry, she did so great. She's so sweet. By the way, let me just point out that she's 10 and walked in here 30 seconds ago, and I'm like, sit down and read this.
Read an ad that has narcolepsy in it.
Yeah.
The last one is perfect wrap up for today's ads. This one's from Auburn, Alabama. Anyone selling broken horses around here? Question mark. That's it.
My brain hurts.
That's it. I guarantee you there's a lot of broken horses in Alabama. You can probably find one. We have a lot of them above. You can probably take one of those too. Thank you, Faye. Thank you to everybody that submitted. We really appreciate it. Y'all have a great weekend watching eventing. Remember, Sunday is Cross Country Day. And auditors, hang on. We're just going to have a little bit of a chat in the post show here. But we hope
you're going to talk to Charlie's mama and see what on earth possessed her to fly across country to come look at Taco Tuesday.
All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good Olympic weekend.
Oh, nice. Spay, neuter, geld.
Get out the 85-inch TVs.